The Philippine Navy is reviving its plan to produce naval vessels locally to strengthen maritime security amid ongoing tensions in the West Philippine Sea, its spokesman said yesterday. Philippine Navy spokesperson for WPS Commodore Roy Vincent Trinidad said the government through the Department of National Defense would no longer buy warships from other countries. The Philippine Navy said that its future naval purchases will involve building local ships, not just buying foreign-built ships. The Department of Defense has unequivocally said that we will no longer buy ships from abroad because they cost more to maintain than they cost. It is better for the economy to build our own ships, said Trinidad in a media forum at Club Filipino in Green Hills, San Juan City. To illustrate what was reported, this means foreign shipbuilders would have to allow technology transfer and local ship construction. Shipbuilders usually allow technology transfer and local construction. But this involves higher project costs and longer delivery periods since the technology transfer itself costs more, while local construction means inefficiencies, especially if local shipbuilders are inexperienced in building warships. On the plus side, local shipbuilders would gain experience in warship construction and would eventually increase their efficiency and capabilities, and perhaps even reach the point that they would design their own ships. Take for example PT PAL Indonesia. It started by taking the technology to build LPDs from South Korea, and has built more than 8 similar ships not only for the Indonesian Navy but also for the Philippine Navy, and now for the UAE Navy as well. But there are risks in such an endeavor. The first is a continuation of the order to allow local shipbuilders to invest in building warships locally. Second is the continuity of local shipbuilders to exist and maintain shipbuilding technology, considering that all the private shipbuilders are not state-owned like PT PAL. Perhaps it is also time to re-establish the National Shipbuilding and Steel Corporation, NASSCO, which existed until the 1960s, in addition to supporting the Naval Shipbuilding Center in Cavite and other local private shipbuilders. Currently, the Great Shipbuilding Ship was probably too small to build ships larger than 50 meters, and could only build patrol boats and landing craft. Speaking of local construction, there are several foreign shipbuilders who have made their mark on the DND and the Philippine Navy during the tenure of former SEC. Defense, Delfin Lorenzana is related to the Philippine Navy's OPV acquisition project awarded to South Korea's Hyundai heavy industry. Initially, the technology specifications called for local construction of at least 4 of the 6 vessels, but HHI did not allow this, although other shipbuilders such as Austal, Bangkok Dock, ASFAT, Naval Group and Daman all offered their OPVs to be built locally. But DND decided to remove the local construction requirement and HHI won the project again. With such experience, many of these shipbuilders became less interested in Philippine Navy projects, especially if they required local construction requirements. So, part of the Department of Defense's efforts is to spur the development of local industry. The Philippine Navy, according to Trinidad, will train its personnel in the field of shipbuilding. Yes, that's our direction. The Philippine Navy, as I mentioned earlier, had already developed 2 or 3 warships in the 1980s, so why not just keep them? We are reviving those efforts, he said. Trinidad assured the public that the Philippine Navy, Armed Forces of the Philippines and other maritime players will do everything to secure and protect the country's territory and exclusive economic zone. Security challenges continue to grow. Investing in military modernization in the country is critical amid growing security challenges, particularly rising territorial tensions in the West Philippine Sea, he said. Trinidad emphasized the need to prepare AFP capabilities as the country seeks to improve its external defense posture. We must view defense and security not as an expenditure but as an investment. And you never stop investing in the country's defense and security, Trinidad told reporters on the sidelines of the National Security Cluster workshop held at the Philippine Merchant Marine Academy in San Narciso, Zambales on May 2 to 4. That is, when we have a credible defense, we can assess whether it is sufficient, and if not, we must consider it as an investment for national security, he said. The AFP previously stressed its seriousness in addressing today's external security challenges with modern equipment. Therefore, they started implementing Horizon 1 and Horizon 2 in 2013 to 2018 and 2018 to 2022, respectively. Horizon 3, or the final phase of the AFP modernization program, will run this year until 2028 and will consist of equipment intended for external defense. We expect the ship to be built locally to have room for a 76mm main naval gun in position A 16-cell VLS aft of the main naval gun, torpedo launchers on the port and starboard sides, and a gun-based short-range weapon system on top helicopter hangar. The space for the vertical launch system has been extended to accommodate a 16-cell system, and the helicopter landing deck has also apparently been extended to allow for a longer helicopter design. South Korean defense company Hanwha Systems has been awarded a contract to supply the new corvette's combat management system, CMS. UK-based defense company C has been contracted by Hyundai Heavy Industries to supply torpedo launch systems for the new corvettes, and C is delivering 2 of its TLS systems to each of them.